If you are learning English and it's difficult to understand native English speakers in movies or in real life, then this video is for you. If you're new here, hello, I'm Derek, I'm an English teacher, and this channel is going to help you step by step understand more and more native speech. So today's video we're going to watch this one. Can this mother see that her food perceptions are wrong? And I'm going to calculate this as a C1 level video because there are no subtitles. You're on your own with the video. I'll do my best to help you understand it.
Aware that her childhood feelings have been clouding her outlook, he wants Kate.
Aware that her childhood feelings have been clouding her outlook. So cloud your outlook is to influence your opinions, to influence your vision of the world. So to cloud is to make it dark or to change the colour, to change the perception. Her outlook is her vision of the world. This particular speaker, the first speaker, she's from Ireland. Okay, she had a very nice Irish accent. Let's just go back to the beginning so you can hear it.
Aware that her childhood feelings have been clouding her outlook, he wants Kate to see the bigger picture when it comes to food. He's arranged to meet her at the local flea market.
What? Yeah, flea market. Flea market is usually some kind of market where they sell clothes, lots of different things. So in Madrid, there's a famous flea market called El Rastro, and you can find everything in there. So that's a flea market.
Kate tends to focus in on when she approaches a new food.
So what Kate tends to focus in on, so he's kind of using two prepositions there. He only really needs one, but focus on would be the most common. To focus in on, maybe I think he's maybe that's like an emphasis. She's very, very focused on this. This speaker, he's got the classic British RP accent. So if you don't know what RP is, it's received pronunciation. It's the British English that you see in British English classes. So it's associated mostly with the south of England.
Local flea market.
What Kate tends to focus in on when she approaches a new food is its moisture content, and she will ignore every other bit of information about the food concerned. I want her to understand that what she's perceiving is not what's there, but what she's interpreting.
Stephen's devised a special activity to illustrate his theory.
Do you want to try these on?
Stephen's devised, he's planned, he's created.
Stephen's devised a special activity to illustrate his theory.
Do you want to try these on for size?
Try on. Try on is the phrasal verb we use for clothes, especially if you go to a shop and you don't know if you like it, if it's the correct size, so you try it on. If you try it on for size, it's more specific to, is the size correct?
Right, now, I'm aware that your vision is pretty restricted now, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you round a few of the stalls here. We're going to examine certain objects.
Okay.
And I'm going to see how much you can tell me about them with the limited information you have that's going into your brain at the moment.
He speaks, I hope you notice, he speaks very clearly, not just because of his accent, but because he's trying to be very instructional, calm, speaking slowly with this woman. So this is like a perfect person to speak to for comprehension. As you will probably notice, the other people are not so clear, so it'll probably be more difficult to understand them. I'll tell you what accent this woman speaks with when I hear her.
Okay. All right, I'm going over here first. I just want you to just stand there. So here we go.
She looks like a Harry Potter character.
Tell me what that is.
I can't see anything.
Describe what I'm holding.
A money box.
I'm going to let you touch part of the object. Got any idea what this might be?
It looks like a feather.
I'm going to try to imitate her accent. It looks like a feather. Looks like a feather. That sounds like the north of England. I couldn't tell you precisely what part, but it sounds like maybe the northwest of England. So it looks, that's a different vowel. This man would say look, look. She said look. I say look. So I'm closer to her accent in this case. It looks like.
It looks like a feather.
Okay. And a new object in my hand. I'm going to bring it close. Tell me when you can see I've got something.
It's a big long orange yellow thing.
Uh-huh. Tell me more about it.
It looks tubular like a candle or something like that.
If I let you touch it, One finger. What do you think it is now?
Or it could be a washing line rolled up
All right. What made you think it could be a washing line?
because of the feel of it.
All right, so you got a lot more information, and that totally shifted your perception of the object away from being a candle, potentially, to something very different, like a washing line.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to take the glasses off and see?
I see what he's doing. I can see what he's doing. Very clever. Very clever.
Just with the information that came to you through touching it, suddenly, in your head, it became potentially a very different object, didn't it? So some kind of transformation took place. Do you see how that might apply?
When
I wonder if he has to stop himself. I'm sure he doesn't, but I'm sure he doesn't, like, just someday get very frustrated. Can you see why you're an idiot? No. Apologies, this is it's not fair. These are complex psychological issues we have.
when I see food, I'm not getting the full picture. I'm just seeing it and having that response to it. However, when I cook food, I made some stewed apples with the girls. I knew exactly what was going in it, and I could see the point of it. I liked the taste.
Stewed apples, an apple, you know, a stewed apple or stewed anything is usually cooked in liquid for a long time. So she's stewed apples. By the way, she's speaking very slowly, very clearly here, and it's a good opportunity to see and hear the difference with her accent.
Apples with the girls. I knew exactly what was going in.
I. The southern English man would say I. She says I say I. So this, you can maybe hear three different ones there. But this is very common in the UK, in Ireland, and in all of the English-speaking world. These vowels will kind of change around quite a lot.
However, when I cook food, I made some stewed apples with the girls. I knew exactly what was going in it, and I could see the point of it. I liked the taste of apple, yet I couldn't bring myself to taste it at the end, even though I was well aware of what I'd put into the pan.
This is partly a matter of practice and really continuing to talk yourself through so that those...
Talk yourself through. To talk somebody through is to explain something step by step, following a process so that they can understand. So you're saying she's going to talk herself through this process so that she understands, that she can modify her emotions. I often talk students through, if we were doing an exercise, for example, I talk them through it, or when I explain a word, I talk them through the applications of the word. Useful phrasal verb, very common.
Continuing to talk yourself through so that those unconscious perceptions, which are very powerful, don't kick in. You've got to ground it all the time.
To kick in is to start to take effect.
Don't kick in. You've got to ground it all the time in observation, in your knowledge of the fact about what's there. And I believe
You've got to ground it in your knowledge of the situation. So you have to base it on your knowledge of the information. To ground it, to base it, same meaning.
in your knowledge of the fact about what's there. And I believe you could. I guess it's a question of how long that would take for you. And I guess that's something that you need to keep working at.
Keep working at something. So you can work on something, a task. To work at, let's check the dictionary quickly, because I think my perception of work at something is particularly something you are not good at. So it's difficult. So you're trying to improve, so you're working at. Yeah, I have a suspicion it's not going to be in the dictionary. Try hard to achieve something. So she's having to work hard at her instinct to reject this food. She has to work hard to see the reality.
And I guess that's something that you need to keep working at.
Within a few hours, Stephen's theories about Kate's negative perception of unfamiliar food seem to have struck a chord.
To have struck a chord, to strike a chord, literally a chord like on a guitar or a piano. We use this more figuratively. If it strikes a chord, it means it creates some kind of harmony. It creates, like the ideas come together and you go, okay. Causes people to approve of it or agree with it. Yeah.
At the time, I thought it's all right, but I didn't think it would make any huge impact.
It's all right. It's all right. All right written down on paper with a T at the end, but this is so common in native speech that we remove the final T. Also, she didn't use a very clear L, like an all. It became an aw, almost just a vowel. All right, all right. I would also say something similar, all right, all right. You're going to hear this with almost all native speakers. They do it, unless we want to be very clear and we want to pronounce every single sound, all right. But all right, such a natural way to speak. And it's easier. I think that's why we do it, because it flows more clearly into the next, or more easily into the next sentence, and it feels easier to speak this way.
Make any huge impact. But then after the session, and I thought about it, and
I thought about it. So she's using the T there at the end of thought and about. I think because each following words begins with a vowel sound. So thought about it. So it goes immediately into a vowel sound, so it's easier to connect. If this were a consonant after the T, I think we'd probably remove the T.
And I thought about it, and he's absolutely right. The pieces of
He's right. See? Final T disappeared.
And he's absolutely right. The pieces of the jigsaw were kind of fitting into place, and it all was all starting to make sense.
Jigsaw puzzle. There we go. This is a jigsaw puzzle. And the machine, the saw that creates these shapes, is called a jigsaw.
The pieces of the jigsaw were kind of fitting into place, and it all was all starting to make sense. And since then, my attitude towards the food I've got to try has been far more positive.
Oh, that's a shame. I thought we were going to see her trying to eat things. Okay, this will be okay as an introduction to this series, but it's quite an entertaining series, so maybe we'll do some more. So good. So hopefully you learned a few things there. I think these people spoke quite clearly, but it's always difficult when you don't have subtitles. So let me know if this is a good level for you. I think I'll probably continue with this series, and I will see you in the next video.